Hi and welcome back to my film and TV channel. Hope you're all staying safe and well. We've got a film review today. Please, if you enjoy what I do, if you can give me your support, I would be very grateful. Press that subscribe button, push no bell notification buttons. You know, these vlogs are coming out. I do TV drama reviews, movie reviews, information vlogs, everything, all film and TV. So your support would be very welcome. I also have a little videos for my football team, little videos, bigger, lots of videos for my football team, Manchester City. So if you know anyone who might be interested or you're interested yourself, give those a watch as well. But if you're not interested in football, don't worry. This is all film and TV stuff, and there's plenty on here on that. At least a vlog every day, if not two some days, etc., etc. So loads of stuff out there. Please give us a thumbs up if you can. If you can't leave your comments on this film or anything else, just give us a thumbs up. It's nice to make an old film and TV watch. I'm very happy. It's much appreciated if you can. Right, we're going to let the genie out of the bottle on this one, or the gin out of the bottle. Yeah, not the drink. We're going to talk 3,000 years of longing. That's a long time, isn't it? Would you want to live forever? Probably. Yeah, I probably would want to live forever. I'll admit it. I'd have to change me psychology and thoughts over time, but yeah, it'll do for me. I won't mind being a Djinn. Actually, it's not bad. It wasn't a bad job. A 15 certificate, 108 minutes, a fantasy, as you'd expect, romantic drama directed by George Miller and starring, yes, Tilda Swinton, wonderful accent, and Idris Elba. Miller wrote the screenplay with Augusta Gore, adapting the 1994 short story, which I've not read, The Djinn in the Nightingale's Eye by A.S. Byatt. So I don't know, J.S. Hartley then. I thought it was a bit of an advert. How's it been received by the public first? Because we'll have a look at the critics. Yeah, Rotten Tomatoes audience like it. Yeah, 3.9 out of 5, 73% positivity. So that equates to 7.8 out of 10. Its story, they say, this is the consensus. Its story isn't as spectacular as its visuals or its stars, but for better or worse, 3,000 Years of Longing is definitely unique. I'm no disagreement on that statement from me at the moment. There'll be a little bit more comment in a while. Internet Movie Database, Joe Public, 6.8 out of 10. So again, still okay. That's based on 18,302 scores and reviews. I've ignored the 10 out of 10s, which are quite a lot, and the 1 out of 10s less so. 13,542 people give it between 6 and 9, and 2,584 scored it between 2 and 5. So a very healthy 84% positivity. The Metascore users, the Metacritic site, their users give it a 6.7 out of 10 score. So very, very good. So what's it all about? We know it's about a genie, we know it's about a djinn, and it's Dr. Alethea Binney, played of course by Swinton, an academic content with life and a creature of reason. While in Istanbul attending a conference, she happens to encounter a djinn, yes, played by Idris Elba, who offers her 3 wishes in exchange for his freedom. Yes, he's going to bore her to death beforehand, though. This presents 2 problems. First, she doubts that he's real. And second, because she's a scholar of story and mythology, she knows all the cautionary tales of wishes gone wrong, don't we all? The djinn pleads his case by telling her fantastical stories of his past. Eventually, she is beguiled and makes a wish that surprises them both. It certainly does, and perhaps made some people a little bit uncomfortable as well. The film is dedicated to Miller's mother, Angela, as well as Rena Mitchell, relative of producer Doug Mitchell. It's released theatrically. I can't even say it. It was released at the cinemas on August 26, 2022. So you may have watched this, or you may be about to watch it. What about the critics themselves? What about the guys on Rotten Tomatoes and Metacritic? Well, Rotten Tomatoes, obviously 72% positivity based on 232 critics, so quite a lot. An average rating of 6.5 out of 10. 166 fresh, but a fair amount of rotten. 66 rotten as well. Consensus reads, although its story isn't as impressive as its visual marvels, so similar to the audience, it's hard to admire 3,000. It's hard not to admire. Fraudulent slip. It's hard not to admire 3,000 Years of Longing's sheer ambition. Nothing wrong with ambition, but you still need to entertain on the screen, guys. Metacritic give it 60 out of 100. That's based on 52 critics. 24 positive, 25 mixed. Yeah, interesting, and just 3 negative. But 25 mixed in the majority there, which totally understandable. Let's have a look at the critics who are positive on this. Peter Bradshaw from The Guardian here in the UK. Miller finds it in something gentle, ingenious and heartfelt, like rediscovering a forgotten children's movie previously available only on VHS. A children's movie with the heart and magic taken out of it. That's me chipping in. Yeah, a children's movie with all the heart and magic taken out of it, perhaps. Not many children fantasy adventures would have lived long in the memory if they were drawn out and the stories were told that were in this. Beth Webb, Empire Magazine. Again, another one who liked it. Elba's performance as a lonely Djinn with a bottomless reserve of charm, paired with Miller's unbridled energy, make this a modern fairy tale worth seeking out. Okay, not wrong with the performances, but the fairy tale lacks for me a little bit of dust, a little bit of sparkle. The playlist Charles Bramesco, he gave it 75 out of 100. He said the cumulative merits on display in Miller's Museum of Amazement, from the whiz-bang recreations of freakified old-world grandeur to the humbler miracles shared between two wayward souls, we hang on every word of the narration, do we? As a sure sign of a well-spun yarn as any. Yeah, I am more on screen interest than having, I want something on screen as well. I listen to audiobooks. I like audiobooks. And if I'm not enjoying an audiobook, I will return it to the audio store or get another one out and listen to another one. And I'm afraid this is the audio and the audiobook style to this, if you like, listening to the stories, did bore me. I would have returned it immediately, in all fairness. And negatives, yeah, which is more the line I'm taking. Not totally negative, don't get me wrong. There are aspects to this that are okay. But the negatives, BBC's Nicholas Barbers, I think it sort of sums this up very well for me. If a screenplay is going to be fixated on the history and purpose of storytelling, the stories within it have to be better. Absolutely spot on. Wendy Hyde from The Observer here in the UK, there's something rather sterile and bloodless in the film's approach, with its synthetic and soul-sappingly clean-looking CGI, plus there's a palpable lack of chemistry between the leads. Yeah, I thought the chemistry was okay, a bit uncomfortable at times, especially later on in the film. I'm not going to give anything away, but you probably know what it is when we get to it. It just felt a bit odd, in a way. But I can see Wendy's view. Apart from, I agree with Wendy's view. Of course, the chemistry, I said, just a little odd and all a little bit out of place when it comes to the crunch in this for me. So my score, I'm going to give it a score and sum up for you guys. I am going to give it a 5.5 out of 10. It's okay. It's all right. It was just so hyped up, and I looked so much forward to it that I ended up being a little bit disappointed with it all. And as I said, at times uncomfortable. The comedy didn't particularly any comedy didn't particularly work for me. That's supposed to be in it. It wasn't overly make me smile or fun. I mean, it's an interesting film. But sadly, the content in it just lets it down. The subplot stories are just all a little bland. We want to know about the Djinn and his previous incarnations, if you like. And it's great to look at, don't get me wrong, but the actual stories are all a bit weak and bland. The fantasy on screen needed that little bit more childlike fantasy with this sort of little bit of darkness you get even with kids' fairy tales. We needed that, and we didn't quite get it. It just oddly wasn't magic enough. Elba and Swinton, before we leave, Elba and Swinton are excellent, but the project sadly just falls short of being something special for me. It was just an okay, as I say, a 5.5 out of 10. A little bit disappointed. And I'm not alone, as I say, there's a sizable minority who was a bit fell down with this one, but I agree. I just thought it just lacks something. It's a great shame. Great idea. Don't get me wrong. I thought it was a cracking idea. Just perhaps wasn't written properly. Simple as that for me. I didn't say it was disappointing. I'll give it a score. It was okay. I won't be total downer on it, but all a little bit disappointing after all. Let me know what you think, guys. If you get to watch this, it'd be much appreciated. Please, until we meet again, please stay safe, everyone. Bye for now.